a way that feels authentic and natural and in alignment with your values. How do you do that? And it's with the quality of your questions, the quality of how you're asking, the strategy, your tonality. There's so much that goes into sales.
The biggest thing that Kayla's given me is a shift in mindset. And with that new mindset and coming from a place of complete service, in alignment with my energy, with my values, with my integrity, I've been able to make the most sales that I've ever made in my business and help the most people possible.
I think the balance of having prescriptive steps and structure to follow and also giving you permission to be yourself inside of the sales call has been really, really helpful, as well as adding a lot of the discipline that I needed in order to be successful as a sales rep.
For you being able to create a life for your kids, for you being here, showing up today, for you being brave to answer me. I acknowledge you for being a powerful woman. I acknowledge you for being selfless and being there for your little ones. I acknowledge you for being here today. I acknowledge you for being beautiful and powerful and strong and courageous. I don't know what you've been through in your life, but I know you've had some bad days. So I acknowledge you and I honor you for overcoming all those bad days.
Hey guys, welcome to Tuesdays Live. We have lives all over the place. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So I just want to make sure we hit these trainings to do them as impactful as possible. Drop in the chat what you sell. We have tequila, we have HVAC, right? What do you sell? And even beyond that, like what problems do you solve for your prospects, for your clients? What problems do you solve? Yes. Because every single thing that's sold is typically solving a problem and or an emotional need. So write down like a couple problems that your solution solves. Yes. Because we're going to be going over a couple things today. What I've been receiving, a lot of questions that I've been having come with like handling like some rejection when it comes to sales. And so we're going to kind of touch base on that today. Somebody's saying financial freedom. Somebody's saying I sell going to new doctors' offices, healthy lifestyle, leadership strength training. So what problems does your prospect have that you solve? So if you were like, oh, did I give myself some weird filter? What the heck? How did I do that? I don't know. So you want to be solving a healthy lifestyle. So the problem that would be like losing weight, right? Like what problems are you solving for them? So we're going to dive straight into this and let me just make sure that I can make this actually relevant to you. Do you ever experience feeling like down whenever you're not performing the way that you thought you could? Yes. Like what happens after you get told no over and over and over, or you're having a bad week, a bad month, a bad quarter, right? We just finished the second quarter. And I think it's really important that we have maybe a little bit of tools in our tool belt for those days that seem rough, right? And those days that feel like, man, like I have no idea how to keep going from this. And I was talking to somebody recently today because I feel like men and women process things a little bit differently. And what I'm seeing typically is that when you are affected emotionally by everything that's going on, that's not really going for your good, that's like kind of not working out the way that you wanted to. Sometimes what happens is we go into flight or fight mode, right? We typically like to avoid or we are a little bit moody, and maybe you're a little bit more aggressive, and maybe you have no self-control when it comes to these conversations, and you come in thirsty and for the sale, it doesn't really work. And then typically what I see versus men versus women is that sometimes us ladies, if you have something emotional going on at home, it affects everything at work. Whereas guys, like you can, which is so great, kind of put that to the side. If you know you need to provide for your family today, it doesn't matter if you had a bad day yesterday, you still kind of go do what is necessary to get things done sometimes. So I want to make sure that this is actually working out for you guys. Like if this is actually resonating, if you've had days in the past month, week, where you are feeling like, holy crap, like it's sales for me. Oh my God, I can't keep doing it like this. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling frustrated. I would like you to just give me like the word of how you felt recently. It's okay if you don't feel like that every day. I really hope that you don't, right? But having some type of word to where I can understand like what's coming up for you, right? What's coming up for you? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel like, oh, I don't know, sales is it? I don't know. But if you can get some clarity on at least how you feel, we can do something about it. Yes. All right. Somebody said, I feel like I call myself a slacker, frustrated, self-doubt. Yeah. When I get too much into my head. Yes. When you get in your head, you're dead, ghosted. Yes. Right. So what do we do with that? Because there's two different aspects of this that I feel like are really important to understand, really important for us to start navigating. And that is a skill set. And that's also working internally on yourself. It's both. It's not one or the other. Okay. Let me give you an example. Like, let's say that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to like manifest my way to my sales journey. And I'm just going to envision the sale, like I am the best salesperson ever. Like I got this, I can do this, da, 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 da. And then you get on the sales call with your prospect, or you walk into your prospect office, or you call somebody that showed up on an ad and you don't know what to say, or you don't know how to overcome objections. It's a recipe for disaster. How many days are you going to keep waking up and just hoping and praying that sale comes? Oh God, please today. I hope that something happens. Like I see the sale, I'm envisioning the sale, like it's going to happen today, but you're not focusing on getting better skills. Like it's literally the definition of insanity. Okay. Now, what about the opposite of that? What if you only focused on skills? You're like, oh my gosh, I only want to get better at my skills. I only want to get better at my skill set. I'm only going to focus on skills, right? I'm going to know what to say. I'm going to be practicing it. But then you don't believe in yourself, or then like maybe like one person says no to you and then you feel down and you don't know how to process that and get over that. Or maybe you don't have support around you to help you, right? It's literally you're out on no man's island. Maybe you have all the skill set, but you don't do anything with it. There's so many people like that in this world, right? That have all the knowledge, but they don't apply themselves. Why is that? Why do people do that all the time, right? It's because we are wired for comfortability. We are wired, right, for survival mode. We don't like to be uncomfortable. We don't like to get outside of our comfort zone, right? That makes us feel awkward. So why would we even do that in the first place? Okay. Now, what about a third scenario? What if you were just an action taker? You just take a bunch of actions. Maybe you dial all day long. I hit 300 dials today. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, how many people did you talk to today? And you're like, I talked to 40 people. I'm like, okay, out of those 40 people, how many people had a conversation with you? 10. Well, what happened to the other 30 people? Well, they hung up on me. Well, why? Well, I don't know. They said that they were busy. I'm like, could there possibly be a different perspective there? You might have said something or asked something or didn't ask something that caused this person to feel like you were a salesperson trying to sell them something. Like, do you realize that we are at the least trusting time of humans ever? Okay. So you taking a bunch of action without skill and without you working on you is again a recipe for a disaster, and you're going to be a really, really busy, broke person. right? We don't want to do that. You don't want to be really, really busy, broke person, right? Mike on here said role playing and coaching. See, training is something that you do every day. It's kind of like if I go to the gym, I want to be healthy. I want to go to the gym. I want to have, I want to feel toned. I want to feel fit. I want to have energy. And I'm like, I'm a healthy person. I'm a gym person. And I go to the gym every day and it feels good. Yeah, great. And I'm like more fit, I have more energy. It's kind of like sales training. You train every day, you're better, you sound better, your tone's better, you're like more quick when it comes to objections. However, what if I go to the gym just one time and I wait a week and I go in again? I'm like, oh man, my arms are feeling really sore. I feel so sore. Why? Because my body is not used to putting in the work, right? If you are training only once a week or like once a month, or you go to a random workshop or a random like, oh, I'm going to go to this sales training event and I'm just going to learn here, and you don't implement, it's like going to a Spanish class and learning Spanish, and then going to Spain and thinking that you can speak it. Like, it's so silly. So silly. Training is something that you do every day. And the people that want to be excellent at what they do, they daily practice their craft. They daily want to get better. They're not in their ego, okay? The ego, what it wants to do is it wants to look good. It wants to avoid pain. It wants to avoid fear. And it wants to be right. That's what the ego does. Your ego cannot exist in sales. It can't exist. Right? And so when it comes to understanding that, your ego can't exist in sales, why does your ego get in the way of your development and your growth? And if it's okay, like, we're just going to have a real conversation, because the reason why I'm having this live today is because I keep getting messages every single day that's like, how can I be more confident in sales? How can I be more confident in the close? How can I make sure that these people buy? How can I get over the fact that, like, this company, they said that they were going to do business with us, but I haven't heard from them. Hey, this person's completely ghosted me. Hey, this person said that they were going to pay and I haven't heard from them. Like, I hear this every single day. And what happens is that when you keep getting told no, and you keep on having rejection, and then you keep on not getting results, you don't get those W's. If you are not progressing, you are dying. If you're not growing, you're dying. So if you're not working on your skill set, working on you, and you keep just going, hitting the numbers, hoping that today's going to be better, hoping that tomorrow is going to be even better than the last day, and just hoping and praying that something will happen and not getting results, you will burn out. You will feel like you can't do it. And then what do? You bounce to another field, you bounce to another opportunity. There's so many people that, bounce and get excited about new things. They don't do the work, or they don't know how to get results quickly. It's a huge myth that, like, it's hard to learn how to do this. It's not hard. It just takes dedication. It's the simple things. What's easy to do is easy not to do. That's what Jim Rohn talks about. If it's easy to do is easy not to do, right? Thanks. So, like, if I was going to be like, hey, in order to be healthy, I need to eat an apple a day. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, just like the saying says. What if that was true? What if I had to eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away, right? Today is Tuesday, apple today. Wednesday, apple. Thursday, apple. Friday, apple. Saturday, apple. I don't get to Sunday and be like, crap, I forgot to eat an apple every single day. I need to eat 7 apples. No, that's not how the saying goes. The saying goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And the sad reality is that so many of us, we cram. We don't have the diligence, right? Training sales every day, not getting to the end of the week and cramming on the weekend. Do I think that's important? Absolutely. I think it's important to train, but how is your brain going to retain everything that you're learning if you're doing it one time a week, one time a month? You think if you go to a conference and you're learning something, you think that you're going to retain everything that you learned 30 days from now? No, your brain doesn't work like that. But if I'm training every day, I get better. And if I'm training every day, my muscles get stronger. If I'm training every day in sales, my sales muscles get stronger, Yes. So how do I train every day? Right? It's by role playing. It's by having your sales calls evaluated. Right? It's by constantly working on your craft, constantly working on your tonality. Now, the biggest mistake that I see people do is that you are role playing with people that don't understand tone and they don't understand how to improve your skill set. So you're just practicing doing the same thing over and over and over again with different people, and you think that you're getting better. You're just practicing your average skill level over and over and over and over again. That's not how you get better. How you get better and how you change is through uncomfortability. Yes? The only way we can grow is by getting uncomfortable. Yes? The only way we can get better is by stretching. Stretching typically doesn't feel that great. Right? We're stretching someone when we're expanding their skill set, expanding their horizons. And the only way that you can do that is by having somebody listen to you and telling you what you're doing wrong and telling you how you can improve. It's so essential. But the thing is that your damn ego gets in the way of that. Oh my gosh, somebody reviewing my call, somebody looking at what I'm doing, somebody telling me what I'm doing wrong. Oh my God, I can't do that. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's why you're stuck making the amount of money that you're making, right? It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your family. It's not fair to the future version of yourself, and what makes me super frustrated is I see people that are struggling so hard trying to figure this whole sales thing out, regardless of what you're selling, but there's a lack of hunger of being willing to do whatever the hell it takes to be able to acquire the skill to get to where you want to go. Like, I used to be so hungry. When I first started off in sales, I royally sucked. I was so bad. I felt so awkward. No one would take me seriously. Yeah, Mike's on it today. What's up, man? Yeah, no one took me seriously. It was so frustrating for me. I would sweat awkwardly in meetings. I remember, I can never get this image out of my mind. I got this blue polyester, like chiffon dress, and I landed this account for a meeting, and I had been chasing this people for like 7 or 8 months, and I finally get a meeting. I was in B2B sales. I finally get this meeting. So I have like my CEO, our executives, we're all coming in for this big meeting, like huge multi-million-dollar project. Like, I'm so excited. No one at my company for the past 3 years before that has been able to get a meeting with these people, and I got a meeting with them. So proud. I'm in there. First of all, the people in there, they don't look at me at all. They look at my executives, right? So I'm just sitting there awkward, like, hey, I brought this meeting together. They don't give a crap about me, okay? And when I'm walking out, I realize that there's pit stains that go to my belly button. That's how long the sweats, because I had been sitting there sweating in Houston, Texas this whole time because I was so nervous about this damn meeting. We did not get the client. And I felt so awkward, but I love, somebody just said that when I started, it was hella uncomfortable, but it's part of the process. But exactly, it was a part of the process. It taught me something. It made me decide in my mind, I was like, I will never have this experience ever again. First of all, I didn't wear polyester or like royal blue ever again. Like, definitely remove that from me. I was like, we are wearing black from now on. So it helped me change that. And then secondly, I learned how to start raising my status when I started talking to people. I learned how to get them to take me more seriously. I started being so like, oh my gosh, so nice to meet you, la 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 la. And you're being all nice thinking that you're helping them, and they take you not seriously at all, right? And I started changing the way that I was doing things. And I was so hungry that I woke up every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning to study sales. I bought every single sales training course I can get my hands on. I was so obsessed. I was reading every book. I was so hungry to learn because I didn't like my life. I was like, this is not my life. I cannot have this be my life. It's not fair for my daughter to grow up like this. It's not fair for me to be struggling. When I had to go to dinner and I had to look at how much money is in my bank account in order to see if I could pay for dinner. I had to go to the grocery store and check to see how much money was in the bank account before I could pay for groceries. Never bought anything for myself. My daughter would ask me for stuff and I would tell her we couldn't do it all the time. And I was so obsessed for that not being my life, right? That I wanted something else, that I wanted to become more, that I wanted to do more. If you're getting rejected over and over, if you want to learn how to handle it, you have to acquire better skills. You have to be so determined to want more for yourself that you're willing to get uncomfortable and do what's necessary in order to become the person that you want to be, in order to acquire that skill set, right? And at the same time, working on you. You're doing all the skill set at the same time and not working on you internally, you're missing something. The whole point of reaching the goal is not to reach the goal. It's not. It's who you become in the process. It's who you become in the process. If you want to have more, you must become more. But most people are unwilling to do what is necessary in order to have the life that they want to have. So I know a lot of you are asking me how to do this. If you want to handle rejection, you have to learn more skills. Okay? And my team is happy to help you do that, especially for my ladies on here. For our guys, like, we really don't work with guys unless it's like we're training your team. We're happy to do that. For my girls, like, you got to have a big sister that's willing to come in and kick your ass and tell you and speak life into you and help you get to where you want to go. Like, we're happy to do that. Just DM me, role play. We'll hop on a call with you and see kind of what you're doing wrong, give you some feedback and support you. Again, DM me the word role play. Guys have to be hungry. Hey, love. Somebody wrote, Netra, hey, did you see my message? Can I give you a hi if you see my text? Say, hey, girl, hey. Message me on Instagram or on Facebook, and we can speak a little bit more. Anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. I honor you for showing up powerfully for yourself. If you want to handle the rejection, you got to work on you. Got to keep taking action, right? Have community around you supporting you, and be willing to learn the skills and do what's necessary, right? Train every day, get the help that you're needing. Appreciate you so much, Mike. What weird? Hold on, let me see this. Listen on great tips on coaching female sales champions. I would absolutely love to do that. I'm definitely going to look at that for sure. I'll see you later, guys. Have a great day. Bye, everyone. Please DM me the word role play if you want to hop on with our team. And then also, we're going to be doing another class on masterclass for feminine scripting, and to kind of like change your script to make it more feminine for my ladies. So just DM me the word masterclass. Actually, don't do that yet because I think it's in the old link. I'll change that. Just DM me like, hey, when's the next one coming up? And make it more of a sentence. Because if you DM me the word masterclass, I'll send you an old link. All right. Bye, ladies. Bye, guys. Y'all